and I'm working on this little bear. And so I've watched some Gene Messer and some Doug Linker and some other stuff. And so this is just a simple bear that I wanted to make. My mother-in-law's been wanting one, and so I'm just kind of working on it, doing a little detail work, trying to finish it up. First one that I've done, and so I thought I would share just a little bit of what I was doing in the carving. Like I said, it's nothing fancy or nothing special. It's certainly not a Gene Messer or a Doug Linker carving by any means at all. But I thought maybe I could just add a little bit to my channel, which I don't do a whole lot on to begin with. Got it years ago when my kid got into YouTube and wanted me to get one, and I just never have really caught the bug for YouTube the way some of you guys have. But I do enjoy the carving, and thought that I would just share a little bit of what I have been doing. My channel probably will never be what Doug's or Gene's is, because I probably will never post that much, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm gonna be a little quiet here and just work a little bit here and see what I can learn. And guys, this that I'm working on here is this is butternut. This is not basswood. I wanted something that would have a little bit of graining to it for this bear, but I also wanted something that I haven't done yet. And when I saw the butternut, I asked some questions about it. My understanding was it was reasonable to work with, and I've been surprised because some folks talked about the graining and how difficult the graining can be to work with. But it's a soft wood, still a soft wood. It's very, very, very soft. I don't find it to be much harder, at least the pieces that I've got here, to be much harder at all than some of the basswood that I've carved. And certainly not, and I'm not knocking anybody's wood, but the big box store wood from hobby stores is kind of what I'm referring to more than anything. And I have had some of that stuff that is an absolute nightmare to carve. It is super. Sorry about my dogs. There's some people running through our creek, but anyway. Butternut is a wood that if you have not tried it, you guys need to, because it is cool, and it is super, super pretty. See, like that right there, you can see that chip that came out. That's an actual, that's against the graining, and so I chipped it out. But sometimes you can roll with it, sometimes you can't. So it just really depends on the piece of wood. So even like right there, I switched directions and got into an upper part of it, and it's still chipped. So now I'm flipping it around here, and you can see it's coming off, more like a chip carving. But if you catch the wrong direction in the grain, as any of you guys know who have carved for very long, that it can bite you real quick. So I'm not doing anything fancy, just cleaning up a little bit of stuff, trying to figure out exactly what I like in the look. Like I said, this is the first one. I'm sure I'll do another. Next one I'll probably do out of basswood, just because the graining is a little bit easier. This is probably not the best idea to start your first bear in something that you've never worked in, but I am I like making my life difficult, it seems like. So I enjoy a challenge, always have. I like to learn. And there's only one way to learn, and that's just to do it, boys and girls. Every day, I tell my kids this all the time, every day should be a learning day. You don't learn something every day, then you're doing something wrong in your life. I don't care where you learn it, but you need to learn something every day. And if there's any kids that end up seeing this, or parents, you got young kids and you're starting out, and we all know that there's no life book for, or guidebook for.
Hey, Dad.
What's up, dog?
Can I mow the lawn later?
We'll see.
Okay. So, probably not the backyard, because it's sticky, like Mom said.
Okay, we'll see, bud.
Okay.
Anyway, as I was saying, if you got kids, life lesson is that 4-letter words not allowed in my house. One of them is can't. Can't is not allowed to be said in my house by any of my children. They are at the point that they correct me if I ever say it, which I don't use that very often, but if I do, they are sure to let me know. Got his little tail. I mean, a bear is just not a bear, at least in a caricature-looking bear. A bear is not a bear without a tail, in my eyes. He's got to have a tail. So, anyway, he's got a tail. His ears are a little bit messed up, like I said, first one. Apparently, I didn't realize it when I carved. I had to shrink the original because the pieces I have right now are just 2x2. I didn't realize I needed like a 3x3 for the original. But I messed up his ears. So far, nobody can tell, so secret's out of the bag now. But right now, I'm just using my little OCC detail knife. I think this is the 1/2 inch, if I remember. I was thinking for some reason I bought a 5/8 when I was in Branson, Missouri. But yeah, it's the 1/2 inch. That's the model number right there, if anybody's interested. And I got these along with these dockyards, which I think I'm having a problem sharpening. I got to work on my sharpening skills for these gouges and V grooves. But when I get them right, boy, they're right. Then I haven't had any problems with learning. But this is a handy, sweet, functional, and I'm waiting as patiently as I can for a Helvy, because I love the handles on Helvy. But I am not going to lie, for the price of this tool, which I have a flex cut set right now, the 4-piece set, but 2 knives, a larger detail, I guess a rough out knife, I'm not completely sure, a gouge and a V-groove, which the gouge and V-groove are fairly large. But anyway, I'm not in love with the handles. They're a typical wood carving handle. They're all right. I've done a lot of carvings with them. I'm just not in love with the handle in reference to this OCC, which I bought those flex cuts first. Actually, I bought a Beaver Craft, which I had a hard time. The steel for the blade was not good, at least on my knife. Some guys love them. I've not had much luck with them. So I sent it back to Amazon, ordered the flex cut set, found out there was a place in Branson, Missouri that did carving stuff. So I went up there and got one of these OCCs. Even though I'm fairly close to OCC, maybe 35 or 45 minutes away from them, unfortunately, they don't sell directly to the public, and I was hoping to go up there and check out their shop and all that, because I'm big on that. I'm a Bass Cat guy. Unfortunately, due to some health issues, I don't have my boat anymore, but that's why I've started carving. But I like to go, man, the guys at Bass Cat, if you've ever been out there, if you're a fisherman, a bass fisherman especially, if you've never been to their shop, they're amazing folks. But and I'm sure that I think Mike Shipley is still the guy that's doing these knives. I'm not 100% sure, but I called up there and talked to him. Super nice dude on the phone, really nice guy. but he said, sorry man, I don't sell to the general public. You got to go through a dealer. So I said, all right. So he turned me on to this dealer anyway in Branson. He said, there's a guy in Branson, go check him out. Cannot remember, it's a studio. Some killer carvings in there, guys. If you're ever in Branson, they're down in the old part of town on I want to say it's either Commerce or Commercial, and I can't remember what it's on, but either way, if you're ever in Branson, Missouri, they're worth a look. Lots and lots of tools. Lots. You can get wood there, which I haven't bought any wood from them yet, but anyway, so I think I'm feeling pretty good on this. I haven't decided if I'm going to make him furry or just leave him chip cut like this. I really like the chip cut look, but I don't know. This stuff kind of, it doesn't accept like hair for like, which I didn't know that. This is a learning experience for me, but I'm finding out it doesn't, like where I did his mouth, it has a tendency with the graining of the wood, it has a tendency, butternut does, from my experience on this piece anyway, that especially with the V-tools where I would do hair and stuff, that it wants to kind of crack and follow that grain. So unlike basswood where you can just kind of do what you want with the grain or with the wood and make your hairlines however you want, I don't know that he's going to accept hair. So I may just try it in a little spot and see how it goes. But if not, I think he's going to look really cool just like this. So I'm going to try to do some eyes on this dude. And I'm going to be honest, I like characters, but I have not had good luck with eyes. Doug is like, that dude just kills his eyes, man. That's what I'm going to try for. But I have not had the best of luck. So Doug, if you happen to catch this and you have any pointers, which I doubt you will, but if you do, hook me up. I doubt Gene Messer will see this either. He has made a comment on a couple of my carvings on the Facebook page that I'm on, which I was really shocked about, that he gave me a compliment of how nice a carving or two of mine have looked. So made me feel kind of good, because I've only been doing this a little while and I really want to get good at this. Like everything I do, I want to get good at, but I've just not had the luck. But I'm new, so let's not be too hard on me here. Like I said, started about mid-December. Then this garbagey virusy crap hit, and I'd been kind of I joined a club and been going to these meetings a little bit here and there, I don't know, I've been to 3 or 4 of them, and trying to get some skill set for carving. We got some we're Ozark Mountain, no, I'm sorry, North Arkansas Wood Carvers is the club. And man, there are some awesome carvers. If you've never, you need to check out their website, which it's not fully, it's a group of older folks, most wood carvers. Most of them are a little bit older. I'm in my 40s, early 40s. But most of them are a little bit older, so not all of them are really hot into technology. But go check out, they got some stuff on their website and some killer carvings. There's a lady, as a matter of fact, over here that's in Branson. Her stuff is in that place I was talking about in Branson. Killer work. Some wonderful carvers. My uncle is a wood carver in Wisconsin. That's kind of what got me started. I've got a duck. He sent me a duck that he carved. First place duck, as a matter of fact. That's how much he apparently thought I thought of his work. I can't afford his work. It's a $1,500 duck. But but his work, before my mom passed away, he carved my mom for her 70th birthday a bluebird. Gosh, it was beautiful, guys. And I always thought, man, I wonder if I could do that. So about December, I got to looking at that duck one day and said, I wonder if I could do that. Lo and behold, I kinda can. Nothing like my uncle. Nothing like my uncle. Now, my uncle's got 30 or 40 years of carving experience on me, granted. But I take nothing away from, his name is Tony. They live in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. That's where my mom is from. My uncle is a phenomenal wood carver, and that's, like I said, he's kind of my inspiration for getting me started. So anyway, there's my eyes so far. There's my bear so far. I'm new to this, guys. This is just going to be raw footage. I'm not an editor. Not really a videographer. Just a guy that does a little welding. Likes to learn a lot. Operate heavy equipment. Raise fish.
All right, I'm going to take Luke from one end of the town to the next.
Okay.
John lives in Pigeon Creek, by Pigeon Creek, and Gavin lives all the way over there. And then he wants to do Kenneth and Micah, and we're going to do Ashley for their kids.
Okay, good.
I'm going to be a little bit around everywhere.
All right. Have fun and
See you
enjoy.
at midnight.
All right, love you.
What the heck? Love you more.
So anyway, that's part of my family. I doubt you got to see my beautiful wife, because I doubt the camera even points that way, because this is completely makeshift, guys. This is on my iPhone, and it's just sitting up against my Yeti cup, to be honest with you. So it's pretty raw, and I'm a pretty raw dude. And you might be seeing my pooch, this big Marshy dog. Hey, Marshy. Might be seeing Marshy dog in the camera. Yes, your poor girl. Yeah. And then Lucy, I'm sure she's in there now. So the black dog is a rescue. This dog is kind of a rescue if you see her or not. She was supposed to be a wiener dog. But I guess you get what you pay for, and you pay 20 bucks for a supposed wiener dog. So anyway, she's a doll. Don't lick me in the mouth, please. She's a doll. She's been a sweetheart. So she was worth every penny that I've had to pay for her, including her fixing and everything else, which is obviously not cheap, guys. You guys know that. But anyway, long of the short, she's a doll. Marshall is a rescue from the Humane Society, who is an absolute, she's got to be, supposedly she was 10 when we got her. She's got to be 11 or 12 years old now. God, she's a sweet dog. I wish I knew what she was, because I'd love to have another one of her. But unfortunately, I probably won't have any more dogs, because me and my wife found out we were both allergic to them. So anyway, I'm going to end this. I know it wasn't the whole carving. Like I said, I'm not Doug and I'm not Gene. And I've rambled on quite a bit. So anyway, this is a simple bear. I got it online. I can't remember where I got it. But if you Google simple brown bear, it'll come up. You can get the pattern for it. Super simple. Thanks, guys.